Hi Stampers! Welcome to Great Inspirations. My name is Kim Tolbert and this is another one of my Stamp Happy Holidays videos. And as I am recording this, it is November 27th, 2023, which means we are getting very close to December. Now I have made almost all the cards I will be needing for Christmas this year. I do need a few more, but if you're not at that point yet, it's okay. You still have time. And this card, or at least this style of card, might be just what you want to make those last few cards you need, or you may need several more. But this card I created using the Sending Cheer stamp set and the coordinating dies, which are right here, and I've used these before on some projects, but I just think this little gingerbread man is the cutest thing, so I thought I would make a card using those as the focal point. Now this card is sort of a modified tint topper card, and if you do not know what a tint topper card is, at least the way I was taught to make one long time ago, several years ago, is you have a square card base and then you top it with a shaped die cut, be it circle, square, whatever, and then put your little focal point, your focal image inside of that die cut. Now this one, as you can see, it stands up, but the thing about a tint topper card is, for example, this card base is 8.5 by 4.25 scored at 4.25 to give us a square card. And this is 4.25 by 5.5, which is the measurements for the front of an A2 size card. And that is the goal, to make this, although it's a square card, basically the height of an A2 card. It doesn't have to be clear up to the 5.5 inch point, but close. That is how I was taught to make a tint topper card. So today I'm going to just use a bit of a variant on that. As you can see right here, I do have my square card base, but I haven't used a die cut circle, square, or whatever. I've used these little gingerbread men. And I did not put this one all the way up to the 5.5 inch mark. It just looked a little weird for him to be up that high. But anyway, then I've just added a greeting. And of course, this is on that pretty fa la 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 paper that's from the Merry and Bright. No, what is it? Oh, I forget the name. I'll have it on my blog. But it's from the designer series paper that's in the current mini catalog. Merry, Bold, and Bright, I believe, is the name of it. This is Poppy Parade, and it says Sending Cheer. We can open it up. Merry Christmas, and there's another one of those cute little gingerbread men. So I thought we would walk through how I made this card, and if you need several cards to send out for Christmas, I would suggest the first thing you do is do all of your stamping and die cutting, which means you would need to stamp your gingerbread men, and then I die cut them, and I did die cut the hearts, but you don't have to die cut the hearts. You can, as I did in here, color them in with either Stampin' Right markers or Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers. And this, of course, his little smile and eyes are stamped. And then I just used a gel pen and put the little white dots on just to add a little something. It just kind of made them pop and look a little more lively. But anyway, I would recommend doing all that. You're Sending Cheer. This I punched out with this punch right here. It's the, let's see, the double oval punch, and I used this one. with the sort of scalloped edges. And so I would do all that, cut your card bases and your layers, and then just sit down and start putting them together. Just like we normally do. Okay, so let's get what we need. We're going to need to move some of my stuff out of the way, first of all. Here we go. Now, these are some of those those little die cut hearts. And I just put them on this piece of basic white cardstock so I could see them. And I have punched out a couple of these ovals in case I mess up. And then, as you can see, I have 2 of the gingerbread men. And I just realized his little hand. I bet this one, when I die cut them, I think I did it this way. Might have cut into it. But you know what? It'll be okay. Now, as you can also see, I've die cut 2 in Poppy Parade. And what I'm going to do with those is adhere them to the back. And the reason I did that is so for the back of your card, it just gives it more consistency. Instead of seeing the white, and sometimes, especially if you use the alcohol markers, you might see the alcohol marker come through. But that's how I did that, just to finish it off a little better. So you're like, oh, what are these? Well, as you may recall, this stamp set makes tags, but we're going to take care of that in just a minute. But anyway, you will need 2 of your little gingerbread men that you have stamped, and then die cut 2 of the shapes. And as I said, you'll need 1 of these ovals punched. You will need 2 pieces of basic white that are 4x4, a piece of designer series paper. I used the Fa La 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 from the Merry Bold and Bright, and this is Poppy Parade, and it is 3 3/4 square. And then Poppy Parade for a card base that is 8.5 by 4 1/4, and then scored at 4 1/4, and we are going to fold that right in half. Now, you don't have to worry about these measurements. All these measurements and all the supplies, all that kind of thing, will be on my corresponding blog post, and the link to that blog post will be in the description of this video. So we have our card base, and I think we'll just go ahead and assemble what we can. Get my adhesive. And we'll just put the Fa La 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 on the basic white for a mat. There's that. Now we'll attach it to our card base, and there went the little hearts. I die cut extra just in case I lose some along the way. There's our card base. Now let's go ahead and do a little stamping for the inside. And for the gingerbread man, I'm using pecan pie for the actual little gingerbread man, and then for his smile and eyes, early espresso. Let me open this up and get the gingerbread man here. Okay, get him inked up. And if you'll remember what I did, I kind of put him at an angle. So that's what we'll do. Let's put him right there. And there he is. And now we need his little eyes and mouth. Now, if you wanted to emboss his eyes and mouth in white, that would be fine too. This is a little quicker than embossing. There we go. And like I said, I just used a white gel pen. Just put a couple of dots in there. And then for the inside, I did not put the die cut hearts. I just colored, and I colored this one with the Stampin' Right marker. This one I think I'll do with the Stampin' Blends. This is the Real Red Dark. And I may get my head in the way here, but what I do, I kind of just make some dots, kind of give myself an idea of where I need to be. And there we go. There's one. Now we'll do the next one. So I just kind of do a few dots and then kind of go back. Because this is just such a teeny tiny little heart there. So there's the second one. And now the third one. There we go. There he is. And then what I did, I put Merry Christmas. I used some Poppy Parade ink and a Merry Christmas. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, this Merry Christmas is from the Rocking Horse stamp set. But you can use any greeting you like. And stamp this right up here. And there's the inside of our card. Put that in. There we go. And now let's go ahead and stamp our Sending Cheer, which just realized I did not get that out of that stamp set. So I'll do that. Here we go. There it is. And I'm going to use my lines on my grid paper to kind of just line this up and get it straight. There we go. Some more Poppy Parade ink. And I did punch out 2 of these in case I screw up. There we go. Sending Cheer. Now I will close this because I tend to get ink everywhere. So we have that, and we have our little guys here. Now what I'm going to do now is put them together. Now this is not symmetrical exactly. It doesn't exactly match up if you try to put, well, basically the right side of the paper or wrong side of the paper to wrong side of the paper. It just doesn't quite match up. So just put what would be the right side up against the back of your gingerbread man so they match up. And we're just going to put a little adhesive on here. We're going to line them up again. Just like that. Now we're going to take some paper snips, scissors, And we're just going to cut this little round thing off right here. And if you just sort of follow around like that, there you go. So now we can get rid of these. And now we're going to do that to this one as well. I need a little bit more right here. There we go. Now get him all lined up. And we'll just, once again, just follow it around. There you go. And we have our parts. Well, we need to put the hearts on them, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool, my little gummy end here, press that down, get a little bit of liquid glue is what I'm going to use. And get these little hearts on. Okay. Hopefully this won't come out in a big blob. Let me get a piece of paper towel just to kind of get it started here, making sure it's not a blob. Okay. I'm just going to put little dots of glue. And I'm going to put them right here as well. And now we're going to use our Take Pick tool. That one's backwards. Okay. And then I use this paper piercing end and just kind of get it in place. And when I feel it's in place, I can just kind of push it down. I think I'll use my scissors. If I use my fingers sometimes there we go. I get another one. These are all upside down. Okay. Oops. There's that one. Now, like I said, you can color these in if you want, and that might go faster. Either way, it's still really cute. I think this one's up a little high. Maybe that one's a little lower. There we go. So there's that one. One more to go. Let's see. It got sticky on my fingers. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, make sure there's not where I put the glue, just kind of dab because there was a little bit extra glue there. Okay, now we are ready to put this together, and we will need my little sheet here so I can tell how tall 5.5 inches is. Although, like I say, this one I didn't put clear to the top. So let's see. Oh, his little hand. That's going to bug me now. Put him over here. So let's get some. No, I put him on with adhesive. You want to make sure not to put adhesive at the top or above wherever you're going to put him. Okay, now let me grab some dimensionals. And put this one on dimensionals. Down here a little. And I'll cut the edges off here. It's one good thing, you can always use this little border on your dimensionals. You can always use them. They're still dimensionals. They will work. So pull the backing off. Oops. Must still have a little bit of adhesive on my finger. There we go. And there are the little gingerbread men. And now we'll put dimensionals on the back of our greeting. Now it's really nice to have the lines here with the fa la 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 because it helps to get the greeting on there nice and straight. And there we go, sending cheer, Merry Christmas. So this is the card I did using the Sending Cheer stamp set, but I made a couple others using the Merriest Trees, which let me show you that stamp set. Here's the Merriest Trees, and then there are also coordinating dies that go with it. They're right here. My tree's coming off the magnet there, but there's the Merriest Tree dies. And let's bring in those cards. So here we go. They're similar, but this one I offset the tree a bit, and this is from A Walk in the Forest Designer Series paper. I just die cut it with the largest tree die in the Merriest Trees dies, and added a greeting, and then inside, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. And I stamped the tree, this, which is kind of actually a detail stamp for this tree. But I only stamped this part. I left out the very bottom. So I just inked these 4 sections and stamped it inside, just like that. And just like with all the other cards, this one, it almost goes to that 5.5 inch mark. And that way, you don't want to go above it. If you stay below that 5.5 inch mark, these cards will fit very nicely in an A2 size envelope, which for Stampin' Up, that is the medium envelopes. See, it fits just fine in there. So here is another one. And again, this is the detailed stamp, but I liked it in the balmy blue, just right on the white cardstock. Then we have the Merry Christmas. I added a few sequins. I think this is the, can't remember if this is the Berry Christmas Designer Series paper or A Walk in the Forest. I will put that on my blog. You open it up, and it's the same as inside this one. Did the exact same thing. I just inked up the top 4 sections of the tree, not this, and stamped it. Now, what you do want to be careful of is when you open this card, you want to open it all the way if you go to write your name, and pick it up before you try to close it, because you don't want to bend the top of it. But anyway, like I said, I just used this piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just to be sure my card would not go above the 5 1/2 inch mark, and it will fit in that A2 size envelope. So let's kind of take a look here. We have these 2 I made with the merriest trees, and of course we have the sending cheer card that we put together just a bit ago, and then the original, or what I call the original tent topper card right here. And I will have a list of supplies and measurements for this card as well. So there you have it, some card ideas that you still have time to make and send to your friends and family to wish them a very Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, stamp happy.